how's it going, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying the weekend. I'm going to hit you guys with the second New York sports update video. The third one on the MLB, I'm going to wait a little bit later when the hot stove starts to actually heat up and we get some actual transactions going on. It's been very quiet and very cold lately. But let's start off with the New York Giants, who recently hired their new head coach, Pat Shurmur, former Vikings offensive coordinator. They also hired in that same week defensive coordinator James Bettcher from the Arizona Cardinals. And if there's any indication, if you look at those two teams, is how the Cardinals play on defense, Giants fans, you should be excited. How the Vikings played on offense, you should be excited, except for the NFC Championship game. That was a big dud, obviously. So hopefully, with a more experienced quarterback at the helm with Eli Manning, we'll see better results. We'll see what happens. The last offensive coordinator to head coach hire they had, and Ben McAdoo, didn't pan out so well. But guys like OBJ seem excited, and hopefully they'll take to the new coach, and he'll be able to handle the New York media a little bit better, and we'll see how things go. Obviously, with the draft coming up, Gettleman will have a lot of things to look at. Obviously, I believe they should draft the quarterback of the future, and somebody who could sit behind Eli maybe a year, maybe two, who knows how long he has. But somebody who can learn and who obviously has the potential to take over and can handle the New York media. Obviously, you also need a running back because they haven't looked too great at their running back position since the three-headed monster and Brandon Jacobs, Ahmad Bradshaw, and I forgot the other guy's name, but they haven't looked that good at running back since them. And so they need somebody to make that position better. So we'll see how they do with those two picks and their other draft. And now let's talk about the Jets, who had a surprising season. Many of their fans even thought they'd be getting the number 2 pick in this draft. But as many people say, you can't really tank in the NFL unless you're the Cleveland Browns. But the guys are going to go out there and play. They're not just going to lay down. It's not like you can just do what the Sixers did and get a bunch of guys to just play together from anywhere. So these guys played their heart out, and they didn't end with the greatest record, but they played great, and they had some good games. And obviously McCown is a big part of that. Todd Bowles had that defense clicking. They were shutting some guys down. And I was kind of surprised to hear people say that Bowles may not come back. The way he had that defense and then the whole team just playing and winning games, he definitely deserved to be back in New York, and it's good to see him there. He obviously already had made some changes on the offensive side of the ball. We'll see how things pan out with that. They got the draft coming up. A lot of mock drafts have them picking a quarterback, rightfully so. Also need a quarterback of the future. But my thing is, if Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, and Josh Rosen aren't there, who do they pick? Do they go with Mayfield, who may not do too well in the New York spotlight? Who knows? Maybe he will. Or do you go somewhere else and hold off on the quarterback position later and maybe get like a Rudolph from Oak State? We'll see how that goes. They obviously could use some help on the O-line as well. So we'll see what the Jets do with that pick. And maybe it's a QB, maybe it's Mayfield, and maybe he flourishes. We'll see. This has been your New York Sports Update. Stay tuned for the MLB one. We'll see what happens in the recent weeks. Hopefully we got some moves going on the Major League Baseball side.